Hello, and welcome back to the mental health series here in February of 2026. We're very excited about this new episode that is starting right now. You're going to hear from Alex Campbell, who I believe was featured on season one in a different capacity in this series, but he is now with the Youth and Power Alliance, otherwise known as YEA, Y-E-A. They do a lot of work with youth, building resiliency with mental health in our community. Some of the groups they work with we have heard from before, others we have not. So I'm very excited. This is one of the ones we've been wanting to get on the series for a little while here, and it is one that's been highly, highly requested, as we know that youth mental health is so important for our community and context. So I'm going to turn it over to them. But Living Waters people, if you are a member of the church watching this, there will be a special cameo from someone you know. Enjoy.
My name is Alex Campbell. I was one of the original organizers of this initiative, and I'm currently the project manager on a grant received from the Community Foundation for McHenry County. Thank you for this opportunity to share with you the Youth Empower Alliance, or YEA, initiative, Youth Voices Leading to Community Impact. An introduction. Some background. Over 5 years ago, Brendan Appholtz, founder of the Crystal Lake Teen Center, also known as The Break, and Dr. Melissa Katz, who is currently with the Center for Emotional Wellness, had the following vision, and this is what has driven our effort. Together, we raise the next generation of a resilient McHenry County by bolstering youth voices to drive programming, link resources, and strengthen community partnerships so that every child thrives. Shortly thereafter, NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and Youth and Family Center embraced this vision and joined the YEA effort. Turning Point later added its support in implementing this initiative. The mission for the Youth Empower Alliance is to foster empowered McHenry County youth through community collaboration, action, and support. Instead of hearing from me about Youth Empower Alliance, let's hear from one of the Youth Empower Alliance's ambassadors.
Hi there, I'm Harley Woodham, a proud Break ambassador. Today I'm here to talk about the Youth Empowerment Alliance, or YEA. Our mission is to identify problems that prevent teens from accessing vital prevention and intervention resources. So what does that mean? In our monthly meetings, we've discovered that middle schoolers value privacy and individuality, while high schoolers are focused on long-term solutions for issues like bullying, mental health, and substance abuse. We've also learned that young adults often struggle to find the support they need after high school and face challenges navigating available resources. After identifying these problems, we then engage with school boards and local legislators to address these critical concerns. The YAD is currently welcoming middle schoolers, high schoolers, and young adults who want to share the challenges they face in their communities. If you're interested in joining us, please reach out. Thank you for your time, and we hope to see you at the next YAD meeting.
In 2024, the Community Foundation for McHenry County awarded through the Crystal Lake Teen Center, the Break, a transformational grant in support of the Youth Empower Alliance initiative. This went into effect July 1st and was a one-year grant. For this first grant year, we formed 5 youth advisory committees, which represented areas around the county and a particularly county-wide initiative. This also reflected the collaboration beyond the original organizations that were involved with the startup. Crystal Lake had the Break, Big Brothers and Big Sisters leading the effort there. Harvard, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and Harvard Dickens Library provided the host site. McHenry Committee, again led by the Break and hosted by Youth and Family Center. The substance awareness is a county-wide effort, and that is led by the Break and Live for Lally. And Woodstock is led by Warp Core with contributions from Turning Point and Thresholds as well. These 5 youth advisory committees were working towards identifying a topic that they wanted to focus on to effect change in their community, and in the case of the Substance Awareness Committee, change countywide. From a summary statistics standpoint, cumulatively there were 43 meetings. We had 78 participants, and the number of meeting hours exceeded 240 hours. And again, their efforts were to identify a topic to address and to report on at the first annual youth-led conference on June 7th. The first annual youth-led conference on June 7th, 2025 was held at McHenry County College's University Center, the Catalyst Center, and the various committees reported on the topics that they had identified during this first grant year. Crystal Lake spoke to safe and trusted adults in the form of a panel. The Harvard YAC did a panel as well and addressed school zone safety. The McHenry Youth Advisory Committee also talked about crosswalk safety in their community with the number of schools close together. The Substance Awareness Committee talked about resources for those that have issues or families members that have issues or challenges, what resources are available to support them. And in that case, we had a testimonial by one of our youth participants. And for Woodstock, they had an issue with that they wanted to address, that dealing with crosswalks as well. And they did a video, which we're going to reference on the next slide. The Woodstock Youth Advisory Committee again had identified the topic of crosswalk safety and actually did a video addressing the concerns that the committee members had and their steps to address the challenges of getting across certain intersections in the Woodstock area. This video, if you're looking at this PowerPoint, you can click here. Otherwise, this is the URL for accessing the video directly. It's about a 10-minute video, but it's excellent in identifying the different steps the committee members took in terms of addressing this issue and engaging local community leaders in an effort to address the challenges that they identified. In late 2025, um, the Youth Empower Alliance, through the break, received wonderful news from the Community Foundation for McHenry County that they extended the grant originally awarded in 2024. They extended the grant through to June of 2027. In the second grant year, um, the original 5 youth advisory committees continued to explore topics and challenges local to their communities. And the added feature for the second grant year was the wonderful inclusion into certain of our existing youth advisory committees of special needs youth that can now lend their voice to the Youth Empower Alliance efforts. And critical to this was the support from and the coordination with NISRA, Options and Advocacy, and Gigi's Playhouse. Thus far in this second grant year, the various youth advisory committees have identified the different topics that they want to address for this grant year, and that they will be presenting on at the April 18th Youth-Led Conference. For Crystal Lake, there's a focus on the local environment with particular attention to littering. And as it is an example of what's occurring with other committees as well, is collaboration with local organizations and city government. Harvard is focusing on parks and recreation, particularly park restoration, and is working with the city of Harvard and a local foundation. McHenry, the emphasis of their committee is on gathering places for the youth and safety and moving around town. Again, City of McHenry has been very supportive and involved with this committee. In addition, the Substance Awareness Committee includes a panel of peers that are in school with emphasis on identifying resources and exploring one's journey to recovery. The Woodstock YAC is putting together a public service announcement focusing on public safety and moving about town. Again, with the support from the city of Woodstock. And then finally, again, our special needs youth being included now to participate with our existing committees in sharing their voice with respect to the various topics that are being addressed and will be part of the presentations on April 18th. In this second grant year, starting since the conference of June 7th of last year, the original 5 committees, along with the inclusion of special needs youth with some of our youth advisory committee, that so far this year, grant year, we have had over 32 meetings, over 40 participants, and again, the number of meeting hours exceeds cumulatively over 130. All of this, again, leading towards identifying a topic to address in their communities, or in the case of substance awareness, countywide, and in anticipation of presenting at the second annual youth-led conference on April 18th, 2026. Again, the wonderful work being done by our youth across the various committees will be culminating in presentations at the second youth-led annual conference on April 18th of this year. It's going to be held at McHenry County College, the Luke Auditorium. It starts at 9:30 and will end around 1 o'clock. And it is open to the public, and the registration link is displayed here. For the third grant year, the key objectives that we have identified are continued development of the youth advisory committees that currently exist, to expand the participation of our county special needs youth. We'd like to add 2 to 3 additional youth advisory committees, and we're targeting communities such as Marengo, Richmond, Hebron, and others. And finally, development of an alumni program involving those who have participated over the first grant year or 2 as they continue to participate in grant year 3. Throughout our year and a half to 2 years so far under this grant, we've had the good fortune of not only the incredible financial support from the Community Foundation, but also support and sponsorship from an array of county organizations, Rotary Club of Crystal Lake, various restaurants that helped support our first conference, and others, including Warp Core, Alpha Graphics, Adobe Marketing and PR, Michigan State University, Federal Credit Union, McHenry, Kiwanis, and Woodstock Rotary. And we are very thankful for their wonderful support, which has helped enable us to do the work that we're doing. Thank you for the opportunity, again, to share with you the efforts of the Youth Empower Alliance, and particularly our youth members who have been putting their time and their voice to addressing the various challenges they see throughout McHenry County. We encourage the entire community to help support our youth voices, and are asking all to join our call to action as we explore further obstacles, service gaps, and barriers that may prohibit teens from seeking out prevention and intervention opportunities. More information can be seen at clbreak.com/yeah, and any questions or interest in supporting our effort, please email me at admin@mchenrycounty.org. Again, thank you.
A big thank you to you, Alex, to Harley, and to everyone who's involved with the Youth Empower Alliance. This is such a gift to our community that this is an area that has a lot of youth and has a lot of mental health needs, as we've heard over the 5 years of this series. So to be able to hear about these resources, to find ways that we can be involved, and it's just very, dare I say, empowering and exciting too. So thank you again to everyone who's involved with the Youth Empower Alliance. To close, we will have our time of prayer. Schedule-wise, not exactly sure when the next presentation will be, but kind of like this one, when it appears, it'll be a gift. Share far and wide. If, as always, I forgot to say this at the intro, if you have questions, if you need referrals, if you want more information from our presenters, we can be that person to hook you up with those things. You can comment below on this video, you can send us a message, or you can contact us through our website, livingwaterschurch.com. So any of those avenues are available for you. We will keep everything confidential, especially obviously the messages and such. The comments, that's public, just so you know, full disclosure, but all those ways are available for you to contact us. We are here to help. So without further ado, we're going to close in a word of prayer. Dear God, we thank you for the Youth Empower Alliance, for all the organizations throughout our county that are a part of it and help make these support systems possible to help our youth with their mental health and their resilience, and just giving them opportunities to grow as young people, and it's just a real blessing. We pray for all those who make this possible. They work so many hours and help so many people. We ask God you give them strength and give them that grace and resolve for what they need for this important work. And we ask God, as always, as Living Waters, but anyone watching this video, wherever you are, whenever you are, God, help us to be a part of the solution to these mental health needs. Help us to help others. Help us to not judge and give into mental health stigmas, but rather set people free from those things. We're people of grace, not shame. This includes mental health. Please help us to help others get the help that they need. We ask these things in God's holy name. Amen. All right. Have a good one. Until next time.